Taking its inspiration from St. Louis, Stories of Resistance is a gathering of global stories, past, present, and future, that highlight the power of acts of resistance. Arising from conditions of oppression, systemic racism, colonialism, and violence, acts of resistance are fueled by people willing to put themselves at risk to spark change. The agency to speak up, organize, and make struggles visible are just some of the ways resistance takes shape. Stories of Resistance includes 42 works of art by 22 artists, activating the entirety of the museum inside and out with a variety of works of art, including painting, sculpture, video, installation, and photography. Stories of Resistance demonstrates the courage and resilience exemplified by taking action and the power that acts of resistance can have to instigate change. When you experience the exhibition, we hope you will feel compelled to ask questions, discover new connections, or simply be transported by someone's story.
The exhibition has taken shape through many voices and different media and across geographies and time. In order to encapsulate the diversity of the messages of resistance, we broke the exhibition into 3 thematic sections. The first looks at the way that language, both written and spoken, can be used to catalyze action and to give voice to those who are silenced. Banu Cennetoğlu's artwork Gurbet's Diary presents the diary entries of a Kurdish freedom fighter in order to make her struggle known. Ex Libris by Emily Jacir commemorates the approximately 30,000 books from Palestinian homes, libraries, and institutions that were looted by Israeli authorities in 1948. Ex Libris addresses the looting and destruction of books, but also raises questions regarding repatriation and restitution. The other artists grouped within this theme focusing on language are Andrea Bowers, Bouchra Khalili, and PSA.
Another section of the exhibition makes visible the histories, narratives, and peoples that are often forgotten or disregarded. In a way, the artists resist the disappearance of these stories by drawing attention to them. Kemang Wa Lehulere's sculptural installation brings attention to systems of oppression in post-apartheid South Africa. Wendy Red Star's prints celebrate the continued traditions and livelihood of indigenous communities, which have survived despite the history of genocide against them. And Torkwase Dyson's paintings, a part of her Bird and Lava series, explore spaces of geographic, architectural, and infrastructural liberation. Other artists in this section include Bani Abidi, Glenn Kaino, Candice Lin, Jen Liu, and Trevor Paglen.
The last section of the show looks at how people mobilize as an act of resistance, whether it's the migration of individuals seeking a better future or communities collectively organizing, protesting, and marching as a strategy for liberation. Guadalupe Maravilla's Disease Thrower No. 4 comes out of his family's experience fleeing their home in El Salvador to escape the U.S.-backed civil war. The artist Dred Scott is the architect of Slave Rebellion Reenactment, which was a 2-day march to commemorate and reenact the largest slave rebellion in U.S. history. Other artists in this section include Wide Awakes, Andrea Bowers, and Tuấn Andrew Nguyễn.
Extending beyond the museum walls, Stories of Resistance continues outside the building, with a site-specific installation by a St. Louis collaborative, PSA, whose work expands on the ideas of language and resistance. And projected on the museum's facade are video works by Wide Awakes members, featuring a blinking eye, a symbol adopted by the group as part of their call to action. The power behind the works of art in Stories of Resistance is that they offer many entry points into each work and many through lines between the works themselves. The exhibition isn't meant to provide answers, but rather to spark curiosity and to open up a dialogue.
To visit and learn more about Stories of Resistance, please visit www.camstl.org.